Hi guys, it's Amber. Welcome back to my channel, Amber Eats Books. I am here to do my next 5 TBR. Those are the next 5 books I hope to get to over the course of this week because I average about 5 books a week. Sometimes I can do a little bit more, sometimes I do a little less, obviously if I get busy, and this week might be a busy week. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to go. My best friend is coming to visit, and then on Tuesday we are leaving to go to the ocean for 4 days. So hopefully I'll be able to get through this pile. I did pick a few books that would be, pretty quick, easy reads, so I think I can do it. Anyway, let's get to the books. The first book I'm hoping to get to is The Revolution of Ivy by Amy Engel. I read the book of Ivy just a couple of weeks ago and I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It is a YA dystopian, which I know they can be a little overdone. However, I really enjoyed this series so far. The first book was about this girl named Ivy who was forced to marry a boy from a rival family. So obviously had its own set of complications having to marry the enemy. But anyway, I really enjoyed it and I really can't wait to get to this one. The next book that I'll be reading is one that I have been saving to read on the beach for a couple of months. I picked this up, I think, at my local thrift store, and I just can't wait to read it. It is Silver Girl by Ellen Hildebrand. I love her books. I mean, there's nothing that is super hard about reading these. It is definitely not a fantasy. You don't have to learn anything. You don't have to work at the writing and jumping from this character to that character to this character to that character. These are just super easy and fun reads. This one happens to be about a woman whose husband embezzled billions of dollars and she's being hounded by paparazzi and she's separated from her sons and all of these types of things. So the only person she can turn to is her estranged best friend. So her best friend decides to bring her to Nantucket, where I think a lot of her books are actually set, if not all of them, are set in Nantucket. And they go to the house and they try to figure out, what happened to their friendship, why are they alone in the world now, what else will life bring for them, and then most of the time they include some sort of a romance. So this should be an easy, fun beach read. The next book I will be reading is The Evolution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. I read the first book in the series, The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, just a couple of weeks ago. I read it around the same time as I read the book of Ivy, so it's fitting that I read them again within the same week or so. Like I said, this is a sequel. The first book, I loved it. I think I probably rated it 4 out of 5 stars, I want to say. It was just really fun, and that's what it is. It is a YA book, and the characters were so fun. They were just ones that you won't forget. There is a bit of a romance in the first one. I'm wondering if it's going to continue on to the second one. I believe it will, but I can't wait to read this book. The next book I have has been sitting on my shelf for about a year. It's just one of those books that, you buy at the thrift store or, at the bookstore or whatever, and then you stick it on your shelf and then you just forget that it's there and all these other books take precedent. But I actually picked this one this week because of its size. It's pretty short, so I'm hoping that with such a busy week, I will be able to read it in one sitting. I'm absolutely in love with this cover. That book is called Crooked Letter by Tom Franklin. Look at that cover. I'm really hoping that I love this book so I can keep it, because I don't really keep books that I don't love. I don't keep books unless they have touched me in some way or the story was really good. So here's hoping that it was really good because I love this cover. Anyway, this story is about these 2 boys who form a friendship and they come from 2 very different worlds, and something goes wrong with one of the boys, and a girl disappears while he was out on a date with her. So they don't really talk after that. Their friendship kind of dies, and then 20 years later another girl disappears and they are forced to reconnect and kind of figure out what is going on. So it just sounds really intriguing and I can't wait to start this. And the last book that I'm hoping to get to this week is one that I'm actually going to be reading for a read-along. It's going to be hosted by Jen Campbell. I will link her video down below. That book is Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. I never read Peter Pan. I actually just recently picked up this version, this edition, at my local thrift store. It's really beautiful, actually. I don't know if you could see. And it also has illustrations. See the inside pages. I love that. I love this bright green color on the inside. It's fantastic. The illustrations, I think, are by Greg Hildebrandt. And let me see if I can find one. So, as I said, I've never read the original story, so I'm really excited to see how this goes. Maybe I'll read it to the kids at night when we're in the hotel. So those are all the books I'm planning on reading. I think I'll be able to get to most of them, if not all of them. I really think I could do all of them. They're not really that long. They're not really that hard to read. So even with everything I have going on this week, I think I'll be able to squeeze them all in. Please let me know if you have read any of these books. Let me know what you thought of them, whether you liked them, didn't like them, whatever. And if you like this channel, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more bookish videos, please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, happy reading.